Okay. And today's spiritual message, is this is one that recently came to me. And as a collective, we all pretty much are generally going through the same thing, except in slightly different ways. Okay. But I feel like for this message, um, there's two different groups, um, because this message connects in two different ways. But the way that I really want to connect this with is for, um, I guess I want to start with the first group, or I'll just intertwine it. Okay, I'll just intertwine it, however this is going to go. But um, so this is what I want to say, you guys. Okay, um, because remember, I'm not going to just do, tarot and all the other stuff. I'm actually trying to do other stuff as well. So here's the message. So you guys, right now, I feel like your house is being spiritually cleaned. Your tree per se is being shaped of rotten apples. Okay? All of the old baggage, the dirt, the rotten apples. I don't want to call them bad people. I don't want to call them bad apples. Because spiritually there's isn't supposed to be good or bad. We're supposed to look at things as, either it's high vibrational or it's low vibrational, right? Because there's something we can learn or gain from it all. Because we're here to learn. We're not just here to have this human physical experience. We're also here to grow spiritually. And that's something you guys have got to pay attention to. I know you guys, a lot of you that are here watching this right now, you're going to be used to watching tarot messages and people telling you, oh, you were done wrong and you're going to be vindicated and blah, blah, blah. And it's not to say that none of that's true, but it's not your job necessarily to look at if somebody done you wrong. We all have been done wrong at some point. But this is the blessing that comes out of feeling slighted by someone, or feeling like others have not been there for you, or feeling like others have done wrong by you. When someone does not do right by you, or they're not bringing high vibrational energy, or they're not treating you with the love, respect, and kindness and care that you deserve, or someone's taking advantage of you, or someone is using you, or someone tossed you to the side for others, or something else, or whatever it is that you're going through that is negative. If somebody has been I pray that none of you are going through any actual situations of abuse. If you are, there are hotlines. Please get out of the situation. There are hotlines to help you guys, and I might start posting that stuff. But this is more so about anybody that this can relate to: friends, family, significant others, people you may have dated, people you may have been involved with, lovers, whatever, co-workers, whoever. It doesn't matter who it is. If there are others who have been showing you a not so pleasant side of themselves, however that may be, however that may have played out in your life recently or over this past year, let me tell you guys something. I believe in God. I don't know what you guys believe in, but if you don't, whatever you believe in, the universe, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, whatever it is you believe in, the divine, and I'm going to call it the divine is literally the creator. They are pushing out, cleaning out, removing. They're allowing you to show you who no longer needs to be a part of your life. Now, and the reason why is because there are major abundant blessings that is going to be rolling in for you soon if you haven't already seen it. Some of you may not know what those blessings are, while some of you, you're already aware. There is no room for there to be opportunists, for there to be negative, nasty people that will use you. No users, no opportunists, no fake people. There's no room for that with the kind of blessings that is going to be rolling in for you, or that is rolling in for you. The divine God, the creator, whatever it is you believe in, the universe does not want fake, foul people to benefit from what you're about to have. That means this is going to be something amazing and something great. Some of you have lost a lot of people. You've lost a lot of people, friends, family, lovers, whatever. And I know that doesn't feel good, but let me tell you something, because I'm also not here to make some people feel like they're vindicated because, because I'm going to tell you something. One thing I don't like that a lot of channels do when they give spiritual messages, they don't recognize that some people, while a lot of you've probably been done wrong, some of you have done wrong by others. And that's why you're seeing a lot of people exit your life. And you may not even realize it, but be honest with you, I think those are who you've done wrong by others, or you've been selfish, you know exactly who you are. And I'm being honest with you, your blessings are being temporarily stalled or blocked until you do right by others and change your attitude. Now, you guys know who you are when you're listening to this. There's one group of you, I want to say half, there's one group of you that has been absolutely selfish and self-centered, and acting like the world revolves around you, and taking from others and not giving back. You utilizing and using others to make yourself happy and to distract yourselves from other things that you feel didn't work out for you. You have blessings that are going to come to you too, but they're being blocked. You could think, oh, something is good happening to you right now, or something better is coming in for you right now. And then next thing you know, it falls apart, dissipates, or you encounter issues. And you can't figure out why. You can't quite get close to that, whatever this is that you want, that blessing, a person, whatever it is. It hasn't been quite working out for you. And it's because you're on that end in that particular group that you have not been wanting to either admit or recognize that you have not been quite as good. And like I said, I don't like saying good or bad, but just so you guys will understand it, you haven't been as good as you thought you've been in terms of how you carry yourself, your behaviors, your actions. You know what I'm saying? If you're seeing a lot of people leave out of your life, you're not seeing those people leave out of your life because, there's a lot of blessings come to. It's because you haven't been that great. Okay? And you need to take a hard look in your mirror and look at yourself. There's some introspection you need to do. And some of you are doing that while others of you are still trying to avoid it. And the thing about it is you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself because the karma here is there are blessings that you're not receiving yet that you should be receiving. God has blessings for everyone, but he's not going to give them to you until you're ready. And there's certain blessings that he knows if he were to give them to you, you would cause them to spoil. Why? Because what do they say about if there's one rotten or bad apple in the bushel, it can cause all the rest of the fruit to spoil. That saying doesn't exist for nothing, and that's a real thing. That everything is energy. Everything, including physical things. So if there's one rotten / bad apple in the bushel, it will spoil everything else. Look at that bushel as your blessings. Look at that bushel as other people or other things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, God does not want to waste blessings on someone who will not appreciate or take care of those blessings, or take care after those blessings, or value those blessings. There's some of you out there, you will not appreciate what God will bless you with, and you will just, some of you, you have already received blessings through other people, through other things, through whatever, and you have taken it for granted. So therefore, some of you, you've tossed other people aside for what you think is the next best thing. Some of you have tossed a good job or career for what you think is the next best thing. Some of you have passed up on different opportunities, no matter what it is, or overlooked certain people, or overlooked certain things, or have just behaved in a very ungracious manner, being smug, arrogant, narcissistic, self-centered, self-absorbed, selfish, not very giving, being stingy with your time, your energy, your affection, your money, whatever it is. Some of you have only been willing to give of yourselves just enough to get what it is you want, or just enough to not look bad, or not look like you're the stingy person or the bad guy, or whatever it is. Some of you only give when it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that could be anything. Some of you ain't been tithing. That's if you believe in tithing. Some of you haven't been volunteering your time, your energy to others, to help for a good cause. Some of you haven't been donating to charity. Some of you just haven't been nice or kind to others, and you take for granted being kind or nice to others, what it could do for another person. And when you're not nice and kind to them, how devastating that could be to them. Some of you, you are just not looking out for other people. You're just only thinking about yourself. Some of you, and I mean, for real, that could be in any situation, at work, school, with friends, family, lovers, whatever. Heck, some of you might be neglecting your pets. It's just so many different ways to look at that. Look at your life and see, what are you doing that you're not fully giving yourself to, look at how you have not been as giving as you could be in some form or capacity in your life. If you've been selfish, if you've been making everything about you. If you're one of those people, you've been making everything about you lately, or the past year, or past 2, 3 years, however long, please look at yourself, because you're blocking blessings. And what you don't understand is, you're thinking, oh, good things are happening to you, and then they fall apart, or they dissipate, or you get let down, or you get disappointed, and you can't understand why. There's something you're not doing. That really could apply to everyone, really, but there's a certain group of you that you're more guilty of this than others. Now, getting back to this other group, some of you in this other group, you've been doing well. You've been doing your best, at least, to try to do the right thing and to do right by others. You've been giving of yourself. You've been kind, caring, thoughtful, considerate. You've been decent to people even when they haven't been decent to you. You've been looking out for other people, or looking out for other groups, looking out for, you know what I'm saying? Giving, donating, doing charity, volunteer work, doing wherever you can to be of service to others, or to be there for others, or to show others that you care, or to help others. Being genuine. For some of you, it's not. So for some of you, you need to understand that your giving is just being genuine and having pure intentions with other people. Not using people, not utilizing them in negative ways that only benefit you, not taking from people and not giving back. You understand? There's so many different ways this could be happening. You guys know who you are. You've done right by others, and you've carried yourself in the most graceful manner that you possibly could, as humanly as possible. And I'm not speaking on you've been a perfect angel and you ain't, you know what I'm saying? This is not about being a perfect angel. We're human beings, so it's having a human experience. So it's not always easy to be so perfect. No one, especially God, creator, Jesus, wherever you believe it, it's not expecting you to be perfect. You're just supposed to put your best foot forward and do the best you can to try to do the right thing and to do right by others. Being more selfless rather than selfish as much as possible. Now, I'm not saying putting yourself in a bad position, giving too much of yourself to the point where you can't survive and you can't manage, but doing what you can and being wholehearted as much as possible. If you ghosting somebody, you don't fit in this group, okay? If you've been mean to somebody, you don't fit in this group. If you've been harsh when you communicate with others, being like maybe being too blunt, it's okay to be honest with people, but being too blunt in a hurtful way, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what you're doing if you're doing this. Not having compassion for others, not, being caring, concerned for others. You don't fit in this group if you've done any of that. Okay? You don't fit in this group if you've been dealing with people in certain levels and you know you didn't have much to give to the situation, or you knew you weren't going to be, you do not fit in that group. And I'm not going to allow anybody to feel like they fit in the wrong group, because a lot of readers or people who call themselves prophetic, giving spiritual messages, giving prophetic messages, they only give a one-sided message, missing out on the opportunity to reach that other group of people, who literally could stand to do better. I'm not interested in putting messages out that only allows people to feel like they're the victim all the time, and therefore they're going to be vindicated because they're the victim all the time. No, some of you are not victims of your circumstances. Some of you have contributed to your circumstances in the energy that you're in. That's not all of you, but that's some of you. And I want you guys to be aware of this. This doesn't make you the bad guy or the villain, but it makes you have to be accountable for what's going on in your life and for why you may not be seeing the blessings coming in the way you want them to, or you don't see the blessings last, or you're seeing people leave your life, or all of the above. Now, like I said, that's one group of you. The other group of you is you're seeing people leave your life because God, the divine, the creator, the universe is showing you, Jesus, whatever you believe in, that these are people that have to be cleaned out of your house. These are situations that have to be cleaned out of your house. Some of you, you may be losing a job or something. You may be losing something. It's either someone or something. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's people. For some of you, it may be a job. It could be a job that was stressing you out, or it was draining you and it wasn't really contributing as much to your life as you thought it was. Because some of you are not realizing that money is not going to be your end all to what's going to make you happy. Yeah, it's what you need to take care of yourself, but there are other ways to make money to take care of yourself. Some of you needed to let go of a job so that you can go start your business or your nonprofit organization or something. There's other things you're supposed to be doing to contribute to the world. Maybe you're supposed to be out there pursuing other kinds of careers using your gifts. You may have other gifts and talents and you ain't been doing it because you've been holding on to this 9 to 5 or this late night shift, whatever it is you've been doing, thinking, yeah, this is going to be where all my bills are getting paid. Or thinking this is where all my blessings going to come from. Like I said, that's some of you. Others of you is going to be people. I'm telling you guys, do not feel bad when people ghost you, when people leave you, break up with you, break off with you, toss you to the side. Because some of you, you're going to feel like somebody tossed you to the side, especially for other people or other lifestyles or whatever it may be. You're going to feel like some people betrayed you or stabbed you in the back or left you out in the cold or left you behind. Let them selfish clowns go. Let those trifling people go. Let them dusty people go, because they're not still supposed to be around you if behind like that. Especially if they're doing so looking for the next best thing, especially if you're being overlooked even at your job or something for a promotion or raise. Trust me, there's something else better for you somewhere else. I'm telling you guys, And this isn't just about love and relationships. This can be about anything that would be a blessing to you. For some of you, love is going to come later with the best person or the right person or with the person who's reformed. For others of you, it's going to be just, it's like I said, it's going to be other kind of blessings, career, financial, whatever. But I got a feeling for some of you, there is a career and financial blessing or some other kind of blessing, maybe something you're going to inherit that the universe, the divine, the creator, God, Jesus, does not want others to leech off of. You understand? You got some leeches out there. You got some opportunists out there. You got some people who will literally, they only there because you doing really well, or because you're successful, or because you have a lot they can benefit or gain from. They want to use you, or they want to be there only when you're doing exceptionally well. Only when you look like you have this or that going on. You don't want those kind of leeches around you. You don't want those kind of clowns around you. You don't want those users around you. You don't want those shallow, trifling people around you. And we all know people like that. We just hadn't been willing to let them go. So when you're not willing to let them go, they get pulled out of your life. And they get pulled out of your life by the universe, God, whoever, the devil come in, tempting those people with what they feel may be better opportunities or better people, supposedly. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When people leave your life, it's not always because it's not always because they just was like, oh, let me just go. No, they were tempted. They were tempted. And guess who tempted them? Let me tell you something. Depending on what you believe in, God will let the devil come in and tempt you. The devil will say, this one ain't that wise, or this one ain't that evolved. So you know what? God, let me try this one. I'm going to toss something their way. I'm going to toss a few people their way that look good to them. I'm going to toss a few opportunities their way that look good to them. I'm going to toss certain situations to them that look good to them and see if they bite. See if they fall into the trap. See if they miss the blessing. I'm going to send something their way that's going to see if they miss the blessing. God will do it, or he'll let the devil do it. Sometimes it's just a universal lesson that you're being taught. Sometimes, like literally, like karma being thrown in your direction. And you have to be wise enough to recognize, is this karma? Is this karmic energy? Okay, you guys hear about when you watch these twin flame readings or these divine masculine, divine feminine readings, you hear about karma, you hear about the karmic all the time. You guys, the karmic is not always a person. Sometimes it is a situation or a thing. That's the other thing that a lot of these tarot readers or these spiritual prophets or whatever, they don't tell you. Sometimes it is a situation or a thing or a place, and yes, it can be a person as well, or it can come in all of those forms wrapped up together that will pull this other person away from showing you any favor, or away from seeing you and the blessing you could be to them, or what you have to offer. And like I said, this could be in the workplace, this could be in your love life, this could be in any area of your life, you guys. When this situation comes about and it causes things to unravel or to be turned upside down, or for people to exit your life because they thought there was something else or someone else or a few someone else's better, and they didn't think you deserve the job, the promotion, or raise, they rather give it to somebody else, or they didn't think you deserve to be given their time, their energy, their heart, their friendship, their love, whatever it could be. Trust me when I tell you, something was thrown their way to tempt them to see if they would recognize the difference between something or someone as genuine as you or the situation you guys had versus something less genuine or something shiny thrown at them. There's old saying, all that glitters is not gold. You got some people, they're easily fooled by fool's gold. It's not to say that other people tossed their way may not be good, or other people who are given that promotion may not be good or may not supposedly deserve. But let me tell you something. you guys, you could have been the more deserving person. You could have been the more, you could have been the better choice. You could have very well been, but if they can't recognize it because they're easily tempted by someone else's resume looks better, or someone else is kissing up to somebody else, or someone is boosting your boss's ego, or somebody is sleeping with somebody else, or somebody is tempting somebody else by appearing to look like they are the better option or choice. Maybe because they supposedly make better money, better career, maybe because they physically look better, whatever it may be. Maybe because they're tempting them with you never know what it is. People are thrown into situations for a reason. It's the test if something really is sincere or not. If something really sincerely is for you or not. I've gone through this, and it's taken me a while to understand and accept that. And that's the other thing. It can be really hard to accept. Really hard to accept. Because it could have been something or someone you really wanted. Or something you really want to see work out. Could it work out later? Could things turn around? It's possible. But it's more possible that God has something in store or on the way for you that may be better, or certain things that God does not want to be accessed by the wrong people because it's for you. And God does not want, or the universe or creator, the divine does not want other people to leech off of what it is you're going to be blessed with, or to be fake. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want fake people around you or leeches around you taking advantage of your kindness, or only there smiling your face because of what you're doing or what you're gaining when that time comes, because those are the wrong. That wouldn't be a blessing in that case. That would be almost like you getting set up. So let these situations play out, and let people show you exactly who they are. And if any of these people return back to you, make them prove that they're worthy of being around. Make them show you that they are pure and sincere at heart. They need to apologize. They need to show through actions, not words, but through actions, and consistent actions, long enough. Not for just a few weeks, not just for a few days, but for a year, maybe even a couple of years, a few years. Use your discernment. Don't be so caught up in you're so in love with someone, or you're so gung-ho for this promotion, this raise, whatever it is. Because it may come right back to you, that promotion, that whatever it is that you want, that job opportunity. Feel it out. Is it really for you, or is it not? Because this can also, like I said, relate to job opportunities. If something doesn't feel good or feel right, maybe that's your discernment speaking to you. But for some of you, just like I said, be careful. And for those of you whom you keep seeing what you feel as opportunities or blessings, like I said, appearing for you, and then they get snatched away, reevaluate if that really was the blessing or the opportunity, or if that merely was, and I mean it, if that merely was you being tempted or tested by the creator, the divine, God, Jesus, or whatever, the devil, trying to see if you got sense enough, or if you're discerning enough to recognize what the real true blessing is. Because some of you, like I said, you're shallow. Some of you, you're self-centered or narcissistic. By the way, for you guys, if this doesn't apply to you, if certain parts of this message doesn't apply to you, don't take it personally. None of you should be taking any of this personally, because I said this is about growth. This isn't about boosting your ego. This isn't about making you feel like you're always right and they're always wrong, no matter what the situation is, and that, oh, you waiting to be vindicated, or, oh, things ain't working out for you because they ain't working out for you. You need to reevaluate, why are things not working out? Is it that you made the wrong choice? Is it that you maybe didn't appreciate something because you're too busy looking at something else? What is it? That's something we all at some point have to look at. Nobody is less guilty of this. And if you can't see that, because some of you won't be able to see it because your ego is in the way. There's a lot of people out there, they got an ego problem and they don't realize they have it. Their ego is their biggest enemy. Your ego separates you from your spirit and your divine connection to the divine. It's hard to have the best, it's hard to hear the divine speaking to you, to hear your spirit guide speaking to you, to be able to have the best or the strongest discernment when you are literally full of ego, full of pride, full of yourself. Clear that up, you guys, if any of you are having any of them issues. There's nothing wrong with having a good self-esteem, but is it do you have a healthy self-esteem? Make sure your self-esteem is healthy, and it comes from knowing that you are a child of God, or that you are a spiritual divine creature with pure intentions, and that you're worthy of positive, wonderful things and blessings. Your confidence, your self-confidence should never come from how much money you make, the job title that you have, and your material possessions that you have or own, nor how many people seemingly want you or attracted to you. If that's where your self-esteem or your self-confidence is coming from, you're operating from ego. You're cutting yourself off from blessings. If you're making decisions based off of, oh, I got all these opportunities and all these people interested, you're not using your discernment. A whole lot of things could be thrown your way as a test. It's not to say that you won't receive blessings in an abundance of multitude of things. Just be careful that when you see a lot of people looking your way, when you see a lot of situations open up where it look like, oh, you got all these options and choices, you need to discern which one is the best. And it needs to come from a pure place of intentions in your heart, not from ego, not from looking at people for how much money they make, or looking at the job for how much money it pays. No, you need to look at, how is this going to contribute to your actual spiritual growth and well-being. Actually, let me go to another area. You guys, I'm driving right now. That's the reason why you're not seeing me on the screen. But this message needs to be out, because I've been thinking about doing a spiritual message since the past 2 days. And it hit me in my head, this spiritual message. So, and it's not coming from self-experiences as much as it is an understanding of what's behind the things that we're all experiencing. Like I said, we're experiencing these things in different ways, but there is a bigger message behind that, and that's what I'm trying to present to you. A lot of people are being tested for the purity in their heart. What are their real intentions? Are you pure at heart? Do you have pure intentions? Are you really giving of yourself, or are you being self-absorbed and only looking out for yourself? Are you looking out for others? Some of you are being tested on letting things go and just understanding what's for your better good. Some of you, you're just seeing, like I said, things and people leave your life. And it's for different reasons. For some of you, it's because you didn't deserve certain people in your life because you didn't treat them with respect. You weren't giving. Therefore, your blessings being cut off, because people understand that other people can be blessings. They're a vessel of a blessing sometimes. But God, the divine and creator of the universe, is not going to allow you to use these people and then leave them empty or devastated. For others of you, like I said, people and situations were removed out of your life. And for some of you, in a multitude, a lot of people, one by one, because God, the divine, the universe, whatever you believe in, Jesus does not want these people or these situations draining the life out of you or using you or being fake with you or around you. Take that blessing, say thank you for it, and look forward to the blessings that are rolling in or are coming, because it's something big, something major, something immense. Some of you already know what it is that's coming in. Others of you, you have no clue just how abundantly you're about to be blessed. You have no clue how wonderful this is going to be. Even others, the ones who tried to leave you behind or toss you to the side or say you're not worthy, whatever it may be, or didn't choose you, select you, whatever it is, trust me, they don't even see it, which is why they made the wrong choice, or they just didn't make you the choice. Heck, some of them will think they got the next best thing. And that's what they're going to think until they realize you was it. Some of them are going to find out that they settled for something or someone less. For whatever that role or that position was, that was to play in their life or whatever, or your life. Trust me, you guys. And when they do, they're going to be kicking themselves for it, or they're going to say, dang, I just missed out. It's going to be different levels of how it's going to affect them. Some of them are going to regret it so hard, so bad. Some of them are going to be like, well, dang, I just missed out. Or, dang, I didn't choose as wisely as I could have. Some of them, they're not going to completely lose out. They're just not going to get the best. They'll get something that's fine or okay or that will do. They may even get something that's good, but it ain't going to be the best, and they're going to know it. They're going to know it. They're going to feel it. And it'll be up to them to appreciate what it was they chose or not. It depends. For some of them, they're going to get the worst. They're going to get what they thought it was what they wanted, and then realize it wasn't all what it was cracked out to be. They're going to be bored, disappointed, discontent, unfulfilled, unsatisfied, let down, but they let themselves down. They disappoint themselves because they went for, the fake gold. They went for what was more shiny and glittery. They went for what they felt was more promising or looked more opportunistic. You got some opportunists out there, you guys. People who really are out there looking for the next best thing, and they keep tossing opportunities, situations, things, and people until they think they can find what's the best for them, not thinking about when they get into situations or when they're looking for a connection that it's not all about them, and it ain't all about everything they want. It's about what really complements them and another, or what really works best overall for a situation or a job or position, career, whatever. What's going to be the most fulfilling on a spiritual level, on a mental, emotional level, not just the aesthetics, not just what looks good. Because you got some people, they're not going to choose the right thing or the right job or the right career or the right opportunity or the right person simply because they don't care too much about what their family and their friends think. That's not being authentic to themselves, and that's cutting the blessings off for them. And I hope none of you are doing any of this. Be authentic and true to your what's really in your heart and what's really true and authentic to you. Don't choose something because it simply looks good or looks better on paper or in your bank account or more socially acceptable in your social circle, because it's not other people who have to live your life for you and experience what you're experiencing and feeling what you're feeling. It's you who have to live your life for you. If you're too busy wasting your time caring what other people think and if other people approve or not, you're a fool, an absolute fool, and therefore your happiness will continue to be affected, and so will your blessings. You're not here to live for the choices that other people approve. You're not here to live for other people's approval. The only approval you should be seeking is from the divine, the creator, God, Jesus, not or from your higher spiritual self, not from other people. The moment you do that, you have cheated yourself automatically. I don't care what your mama thinks. I don't care what your sister thinks, your brother, your daddy, your friends, your co-workers, your pastor at the church. I'm just saying, those people do not matter when it comes down to what's truly going to make you happy and what's truly going to be for your best good, what's truly going to be fulfilling for you. And it can't be from a shallow place either, you guys. There's a balance you have to find between what's shallow, aesthetic, what's superficial, versus, like I said, needing the approval of others. That's those, move away from those things. Operate from the heart, operate from pure intentions, operate from understanding from a spiritual level what's going to be the most important thing or the best thing. So I'm going to leave it at that, because I didn't want this to be that long, but hopefully you guys, and I tell you guys this all the time on my channel, everything I do is extensive or long-winded or just long period. Why? Because I'm putting my actual heart and soul into anything that I do and being as detailed as possible. And it is what it is. You just gotta just learn to use the speed settings on YouTube, because they do exist, and put on either 1.5x or 2x. Okay, 1.5x or 2x, and call it a day. Okay, if you guys heard any cars or anything in the background, it's because I'm in traffic. It's the morning time. I'm doing my morning commute here. Okay, bless you guys. God bless you. Whatever it is you believe in, I believe in God. If you don't, then maybe my channel's not for you. But I'm still going to say God bless you anyway, because I feel like you all deserve that. Okay? You can comment if you like. You do not have to. Please hit the like button. That helps my channel. You can share this if you want. If there's somebody else you feel needs to hear this message. Okay? And I'm out, y'all. I'm out. Peace and love.